Naegleria, you forgot to switch over your mic to your stream.
Hello? Alright, now it's in the stream. So Discord audio is not being used?
Not if you're running.
Okay, alright. Noted. I'll go ahead and restart. This is F-Zero GX All Tracks Time Attack tutorial. I'll be making up for a lost run. First thing to note, hitting the edge of a boost plate, you get a slight stronger boost, and it lasts a few frames more. So you'll see runners go for that a lot. Next up, MT, momentum throttling. If you're going really, really fast from boost or whatever, and then you slow down, if you're holding A and like the engine's on, the engine will crank you down to your top speed, which for Fat Shark is like 11 something. So below 1273 kilometers an hour, you only want to be holding A if you're boosting. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing unfortunately dropped, which sucks because it's a pretty good kart racer. And you can also slide on rails, which is an MTS against a rail, Momentum Turbo Slide, it's called.
Ranking.
So the first few tracks, they're fairly straightforward. It's just a matter of, like, with this one especially, it's hitting all the boost plates on the edge. There's also a jump. I guess, yeah, this level has one tricky part. You just hold A, there's no, like, boost if you time it well. Oop. I lost control there. Doing a spin attack, you lose grip, and I want to be in a lost grip state in order to get thrown in a certain direction. Technically, it's slower. Oh, I was going too slow there because I'm trying to explain the strat, and it's messing me up. I haven't done this track in a while. So if you're dead, you can still cross the finish line. I kind of like made an example of how, you know, you can be dead and moving slow for a while, and it still counts. So this next level, first, like, a decent level to talk about. Oh wait, not Gallant. Black Bowl. The reason I use Fat Shark, it's just got, like, good top speed, good acceleration, good boosting. Black Bull is better at MTSing. It's not as good as boosting. But for MTS heavy tracks, I'll be using Black Bull. So, an MTS is a Momentum Turbo Slide. You basically turn sideways and straight forward. And you can do it on a wall. In order to do it while moving straight. So when you do these, you ideally want to be 90 degrees. And you can chain them back to back with side attacks. Now, MTS chaining is probably what I'm weakest at in this game, compared to other, like, runners of my skill level. Whew. I hit it. Are you trying? I've been doing time attack almost exclusively recently. Not full game runs. So the optimal button placements you gotta get used to. Or optimal menuing, rather. You can change what each button does in this game. You can configure the controller however you want, which is really, really cool. I wished every game did that. Ah. So between boosts, there's a period, you can't boost like consecutively perfectly. There's a slight cooldown period between boosts. So I'll boost and I'll let go of the A button so the engine's off. And then once I can start boosting again, I'll hit A and boost. You can visually time it. You can boost again when the energy meter in the top right is no longer going down. MT I would consider an advanced tech, just because it's not something you would like consciously do if you're just casually playing the game. I haven't played this track in a while. So Multiplex, the next track, is the one that I've been playing almost exclusively for the past week. So I can go into quite a lot of detail here. Loop Cross is good. It's fun to MTS on, but it's really, really hard to optimize. So for Multiplex, what I do at the start to get a shift boost, hit the edge here, 6 side attacks, and then, I did 7, I think. But you can get a shift boost on that first bump. You can also do an MTS here. Fuck it, I'm resetting. This is a tutorial. Gotta demonstrate this stuff. So one more time. Messed up the MT. Whatever. This is the only one I want to get. So you MTS, and you can get a shift boost. A shift boost, basically, you're in the air for 1 or 2 frames. As long as you return to the track, and you're, like, perfectly flush with it, you'll get a shift boost, where you're... For 1 frame, your speed is doubled, and then depending on the vehicle stats, like acceleration and stuff, it'll drop down. The biggest factors being acceleration and weight. There's many ways to get shift boosts. Oop. Like one here I can set up. Like that. And it's pretty consistent, actually. Oh, the one I got there on the chicane is not consistent at all. I'm actually, like, hitting myself that I actually got that, because it's so stupidly hard. Oh, wait. I should have used the mines. when you hit a jump plate, you want to let go of A while you're moving up. And you only want to hold A when you're diving down. To hit the side of each boost plate, I line up with like lines on the track. And for shift boosts as well, ones that are like on the middle of a slope that you get you thrown off in the air. You want to be at like a certain speed and angle, and I have like visual cues for those. I'll stay as Fat Shark for Drift Highway. You could use like the vehicles you'll see a lot at like high level F-Zero would be Fat Shark, Black Bull, Gallant Star, and Quick Star in max speed. And literally all four of those can get a decent time on this track. Fat Shark's probably the slowest, because it's the only one that can't really benefit from MTS chaining. There's a big crazy suicide finish you can do here by, like, if I was to boost now and then slide on the left side of this wall, and you time it so that if you explode and you go sideways. I didn't do it because it's absurdly precise. I only get it, like, once every, I don't know, 10 attempts or some shit. There's a lot of big crazy suicide finishes that I would honestly not recommend going for if you're just trying to get, like, a good time, because most of them are, like, only go for them if that's the only time save you have left. Oh, that's not true on Ordeal. Ordeal has a very, very consistent suicide finish. So does Screwdrive, depending on the vehicle you're using. Aerodive is a lot of fun. There's one trick in it. It's an MTS that, or a particular shift boost that's really hard to get. It's over a very shallow slope, so you need to be going really, really fast. And it's this one here on boost laps. Now, the only way to get enough speed is if you're boosting really, really fast, and you do an MTS. And you need to exit the MTS at a very, very specific time over a very, very specific part of the slope. This, however, is actually pretty great. Just side attack in the air while holding sideways. The turn afterwards is not. So I'll go for it here. I'll need to 2 boosts after. Didn't get it. It's really, really, really precise. It's the only part of this track that I don't like. Just because I'm not good at it yet. But here, yeah, MTS, side attack, level out, and then if you do it, if you don't hit the wall, you'll land better. Yeah, any track that has like a really, really big dive, if you just MT after it, you'll save a lot of time. This and Dragon Slopes, I think, were among the first where we beat the Staff Ghost with like every single vehicle. I'll go for the shift boost here. Get it? Bam, got it. If you get a really good dive and you boost between the dash plates, you'll get a shift boost around where the first dash plate after the slope goes up is. And it's quite consistent as long as you have the speed. There's a lot of shift boosts where it's like, you'll get access to them only once you've, you know, built up a certain, like, skill level. And they just open up more and more after that. Actually, I probably should have... This level, it's very, very close between Fat Shark and Gallant. Where in a real-time run, or in an IL, you'd use Gallant. But in a real-time run, rather than load the custom vehicles, you should probably just use Fat Shark. But I brain farted. Alright, MTS, or let's see if I can get this. I did not. Oh yeah, Black Bolt is also another very, very good vehicle on this level. Quickstar, not so much. You want, like, the big heavy machines for this. Because this level is mostly, like, straight lines, and you, like, it's all about conserving momentum. And the big machines have, like, more momentum from them, from Mind Boost and stuff. You can get a shift boost after those mines, actually. You'll get thrown in the air on the third one. And you exit with, like, 3,000 kilometers an hour of speed, but it's kind of tricky to survive. There's also a shift boost you can get there, which I did. That one's not as risky, because you're not on the underside of the track. So the gravity, if you go airborne, you don't, like, it won't revert to, like, the default of the level, which is down from, like, this perspective. So it's a lot more consistent. And even if you're, like, not very good at MTSing, like, you might miss it. But I'd recommend going for it anyway, because you're not going to die. Whereas if you go for the one here, 80% of the time you're going to die. And then the other 20 you're probably not going to get it. Because it's really, really hard. In theory, any slope, downslope, you can get a shift boost on. You just need to be going at the right speed, so you're only thrown in the air for, like, a few frames. Oh, yeah, custom vehicles. Right now I'm using, the vehicle I was using was Gallant Star G4. There's a handful of vehicles which are, like, fast, like Frost Lynx, Acro Lynx. They're like, they have high top speed, good acceleration. Their strafe isn't as good, so they can't, like, MTS or do some of, like, the different advanced tech, which is why they're not used that much in high-level play. But if you just want to, like, beat staff ghosts, definitely recommend checking those out. Oh, that is a very hard shift boost to get. Wow. You don't get... That's, like, the first for me. Like, actually surprised I got that shit. So this level, it's pretty much all about not losing speed. There's no real turns you can MTS on. There's a couple of chances for shift boosts, but they're really, really hard to get. Like here, you can get a shift boost off the edge by strafing off and back on, but doing that on a pipe edge, it's very, very easy to die. So instead what I'm going to do is just try to empty optimally after these dash plates in between boosts. Oop, messed it up there. Oh. Also, don't get hit by pipes. There's only a few levels in the game that actually have obstacles in them, this being one of them. The other being Lightning Half Pipe, it has lasers. Pretty sure there's another. Oh no, there's just, like, dirt patches, like... Not like straight-up obstacles. Oh wait, undulation. Undulation. There's pipes in the air. They're only a hassle in speedrunning, because in casual play you won't go near them. Over that section there where there's bumps, there's no real fast way to get through that. So we just like go straight, empty when you're going up. It's basically all you can do. Rail slides are very, very consistent. You just need to be careful not to turn beyond 90 degrees. If you do that, then some of the momentum will be going backwards, and you'll slow down really fast. Oh, hell. Oh, no. I haven't played this level in like 3 years. Both like casually and in speedrunning, this level is the first level where you get shit upon. Like, literally shit upon. It's so hard. Let's... oh, man. I'm scared. So, first up... didn't get the checkpoint. So, you need to hit the jump plate there in a specific way. That you go left to hit an invisible checkpoint in the air, so you don't die, and then you have to dodge a kill plane. I'll give one more try to the mind boost into jump plate thing. It's honestly bullshit. Oh, too slow, too slow. Float! Dodge the kill plane. Yes! So, not optimal. Ideally, you want to side attack dive the whole thing, but there's a very high kill plane there, and it will kill you. In theory, you can get an MTS into shift boost here. I won't be going for it, because it'll kill me. Ah. I forgot to quick turn into the jump plate. I forgot you need to do that. So. It's all part of the tutorial. I need to show you what, why this level is a pain. So you line up... Oh. Yep, not going for it. You line up those two mines is one way to do it. I don't have enough speed, so I'm not going to go for that. So this is what this level looks like normally. You can, in theory, get a ship boost there, MTS into it. Or if you're going really fast after a dive, you can get it by just, like, turning. So, I can go for it now. Or no, I can't. You need both. So yeah, like I said, this level, really hard. If you do everything right, it's only like 50 seconds. Because you just jump over everything. Like that. Shit. I wasn't sure if I had enough speed. I did not. So yeah, I'll go for it on lap 1 and then just do the safety strats for boost lap. Just so I can actually... I think it's reasonable for like a casual player as well, because lining up the two mines isn't as bad. You just do like a late turn here. Bam, bam. Oh, not good enough. You need to hit mines like dead on in the center in order to get a boost from them. So the safety strat, don't go for any mines here. Instead, boost when you get that, quick turn into that, where a quick turn, oh. I wasn't side attack diving, which is why I died. You need to do that to dodge the kill plane. But basically, if you squeeze both triggers in turn, you'll do a drift turn. I'll demonstrate that here. Like, this is a drift turn. And now, if you squeeze both triggers turn and then release the opposing direction, so if you're turning right, you release the left trigger, you would do a quick turn. That's what we call it. And it's basically the best way to turn in terms of, like, how sharp the turn is and in how to, like, lose as minimal amount of speed as possible. It's absolutely the first thing I'd recommend anyone wanting to play this game do, or learn to do, because it's just so good. Not touching the jump plate. I don't fuck with that shit, not today. Oh, I was gonna try and do an MTS there. I did not. But basically, every single lap, ideally you'd want to exit the tunnel, land at the jump plate, maneuver through the air to dodge the kill planes and hit the checkpoints. And then, after, I think the record's like 40 seconds. It's like stupid quick. Oh yeah, AX is slightly different. Quick turning isn't what's optimal there, it's like T-drifting, because if you're just strafe, you can still gain speed while moving forward. It's really, really... It's like a slightly different physics, but it ends up having totally different, like, optimizations. Cylinder Knot. This track has, I would argue, the hardest staff ghost. Because it uses Black Bolt, which has the highest top speed. It gets a shift boost on each lap, I think, and it's just all around, like, pretty good. It's like the first tube track, and probably the most infamous, because it's really, really hard to beat the staff ghost, and for speedrunning, it's hard to maintain all the speed. Because on a tube, there's basically downslopes everywhere, so you can get a shift boost basically everywhere. But maintaining the speed from the shift boost is really, really hard. There's also a setup for a double shift boost here. Let's see if I can get it. Just hold forward. No, single. There's a MTS in the shift boost there. I guess I got a recovery. So for the setup for the shift boost, basically I line up dead center, hold A when I'm diving, release A when I'm not, go over the brown part, straighten out, hold up. I did not get it. But that's like my setup. It's not the best setup for a double shift boost, but it's one of the more consistent ones. Let's get the... that one. Yeah, getting the double, it saves like literal seconds. It's a huge, huge time save. Ah, didn't get it. If you're like ILing it and you're grinding it out, it is fairly consistent. I haven't really like played this level like hardcore in a while, so I forgot the exact like line. And the rest is just making sure you're trying to like move perpendicularly along the cylinder as much as possible. You don't want to move on the downslopes. Yeah, it's not easy. Ooh, this is another track. It's kind of frustrating the better you get at it. Because it's like a series of shift boosts you can get, and whether or not you get a good time is basically like dependent on whether or not you get the very first one. It's a really fun track. Aside from that, though. Nope. 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 No. Alright, didn't get it. So every, like, it's like a series of corkscrews, and on each, like, turn, where there's a change in direction, you can get a shift boost. And it's annoyingly precise. Oh, shit. Tree. I'm guessing right during that turn. The only part that, I ever had trouble with was that turn. If you do the MTS too sharp, you'll fly off and die like I just did. You want to do it really, really wide. Chip boost. Chip boost. Chip boost. It's only the single, though. It's not as good. But it's like, in order to get like a decent time, you basically need to get it. And it's really, really precise, and if you don't, it's not like there's like another like a strat you can do to like recover the time save. So it's kind of frustrating. I forgot the... If you have boost, there's a way to set it up slightly. Here I'm quick turning to get each of the boosts. If you're not as comfortable quick turning, you can literally just strafe left and right. And you'll still save time. The way shift boost works with MT, you basically need to be holding A for the duration of the boost, and then like a bit longer. It's for most boosts with Fat Shark. For most shift boosts, you want to be holding A for like less than 10 frames, and then the faster you're going, the lower it goes down to like 6 frames, something like that. Oh, I thought I was lap 2. Oh yeah, it's very, very easy to die on that turn. If you're not very careful with how you approach it. Double branches. I'll use Fat Shark. Technically, Gallant is faster. It's just... I'm more used to Fat Shark on this level. Here, right when the boost ends, you want to do a really long MTS. Shift boost before the jump plate. And you want to... yeah, like... I guess for a tutorial, shift boosts like that, going off the edge, are probably one of the hardest tricks in the game. Wouldn't recommend doing it unless you practice it a lot. Like in Chapter 2, the whole track is just a track without a rail, so you can practice it very freely there. But basically, the better you get at shift boost, the more you can do on this track. CGN, Brave, and Super Sonic, like really, really good players, they can squeeze in 4 after the jump plate. The most I can do reliably is 3. And I've been playing the game for like almost 10 years. Oh yeah, on upslopes, for some reason they kind of get treated like horizontal turns. So you can MTS on the side of them. I don't really know why. Pretty much all the tricks in this game, like I don't really know why they work, they just do. I guess MTSing I understand. It's like you're strafing forwards, like the only forces that are being applied to the vehicle or from it are strafe, which is very strong, and then drag, which is like friction, and it's very weak. And they balance out, you know, for Fat Shark at like 2,000 kilometers an hour. Shift boost, I have no idea why they work. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Naegleria. This is me, Friendship Cannon, here for your friendly artillery fire support.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for hopping in and making sure the marathon keeps going and keeps going strong. Quality commentary and explanation. This is a real tutorial. I just wanted to let you know about some other goodness that's going on. First of all, we're almost at $500 donated so far, which I'm just for an equivalency can provide a child-friendly spaces kit in the US to ensure children in a shelter during an emergency have a safe place to play and be kids. Just a little thing to let you know goodness is happening, and I love to see that. You love to see it.
Hey.
Yeah. And a couple upcoming donation incentives. We have the names for The Sims. Short but really funny, really intense run coming up right after this. Afterwards we have Gothic, which is a beauty of a game, which I only know as actually know as a movie. They did some crazy stuff back then. The incentive is for the language. The game is run in English, German, or Polish. Polish is at $11 and German at 10. Please push German. I might be partial to that. And yeah, that's what's coming up for the next couple hours. You're all having fun. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Yeah. Take it away again, Naegleria.
Oh. On half pipe, you can theoretically strafe off the edge at any point, but come back on for a shift boost. But doing it on half pipes, it's way, way harder than doing it over a normal edge. Something to do with Stark Nebula read into it. It's something with like collision with walls or something. I don't know. It's complicated. Oh. Forgot my setup. Also, there's jumps you can do all over here. Like, now, little shortcuts like that. It's very easy to get thrown off at a weird angle and die. So, I'm not going to be going for any of the not consistent ones. There's a actually somewhat consistent shift boost here. If you need to just go perfectly straight along the track and you'll probably get it. I had a setup here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, for that shift boost there. That shift boost there, you can get a double shift boost, and it has like the setup that makes it the most consistent double shift boost in the game. I'll explain it after I go through this one more time, or like finish this course. For this section, you probably want to boost here, and then once after this to change it all together. And then probably don't boost there so you can actually get this one without dying. If you do get that boost, you'll get a shift boost there, almost guaranteed. And then here is just rail slide. Yeah, half pipe, originally I didn't like it, but like the better you get at it, the better I got at it, the more I liked it. So I want to explain how to get this double shift boost, because it's actually really, really consistent. And not that hard. So what I do is move left to get the edge of the boost plate here. And now, the very left point of Fat Shark, like where it sticks out like a wing, I want to line that up so it's in the center of the rightmost black line of like that group of black lines. I guess, yeah, it's easier to explain while moving. So, this line, the left tail of Fat Shark. Just line it up so it's centered there. And then that's like the right... You'll be at the right speed from this. Oh, I went too far to the right. It'll be... And so, yeah, you'll be at the right position and angle. And it works really, really consistently. I'm too far to the right each time. It's really not that hard. Too far to the left that time. Like, if you do it right, it works. I'm just not doing it right. Alright, let's do this. Come on. There we go. Then from here, oh, empty to that, and you can get a big jump here. And then you'd ideally want to get a jump here as well. And you spend a lot of this track airborne. It all like chains together to go really fast, but it's hard. Oh, wrong button. Ordeal is another. It's easy to die on this track. Not as easy as Serial Gaps, but it's there's a lot of jumps that you can like miss the landings on, and it's really bright. Like, really bright. Everything's bright, and the track is white. It's all... So, there's a shortcut you can do here to skip this turn. I'll explain it a little after, but for the first fight through, I'm not consistent at it, so I'm just gonna go once without it. I start side attacking before I'm off the track, and then... Oh, wrong direction. I want to MTS to the right off of that jump there, and you can get a really big shortcut, skipping the lower section while getting a big side attack dive at the same time, and you can land with a ton of speed. Ah. So you can get a shift boost while MTS training there. Sometimes you'll be flung into the wall, but if you're doing it right, you won't be. So here, I'll do the shortcut here, because on boost lap, it's actually very consistent. And you can do that on lap 1, but you need to, like, MTS MTS and side attack, like, very, very carefully. That's the shortcut. Oop. Messed up there. Here I wait till the texture change, boost, MTS. And I think it's side attack twice, boost again. And if you strafe to the right at a particular time, you'll get a shift boost. The timing is really precise, and it's something that Brave did in his run, and a lot of other good players do as well. They started doing that, I think, after I really grinded this course, so I'm not sure of the timing. But yeah, MTS to the right, and you'll get enough height to do that. If you just boost in quick turn to the right, you can still get a decent dive, but it won't be as far. And now, yeah, most consistent suicide attack in the game. I could have done it way earlier, I just didn't boost enough. But anywhere along that long strip, you will get launched forward. More than any other track, it's super, super consistent. Oh, fuck. I'll do undulation right now. I'll get back to the others. Because I'm gonna do those in practice mode in order to proper tutorial them. Partially because I want to explain them thoroughly, and partly because it's easy to die. So Diamond Cup, it's all about shift boosting. A lot of shift boosting. And it's this track as well, really, really hard. Lots of shift boosting. Depending on how you do a dive there, your gravity might revert and you'll lose time because of it, because you'll lose speed. Or you might maintain the same like gravity pull, which is what you want to do. If you come at this fast, you can quick turn to the left and you'll get a shift boost. You can get a shift boost over here. That one's pretty consistent. Dodging these pipes is the biggest pain. You basically need to find an MTS setup that works for you, the way you MTS, because it's going to be slightly different for other people. And then, based on how you MTS, you'd want to decide how early you start the MTS and how strong of a turn. For me, I have it like below 2,000 kilometers an hour. I'll do like a half angle on the stick MTS. Above 2100, I'll do like a full angle MTS, but really late. Lateral shift. This one, the Staff Ghost even does shift boost on this one. It doesn't MT, so it doesn't like fully utilize how amazing shift boosts are. But it's also the easiest to do a shift boost on because it's a corner. So you don't need to worry about strafing back, you just strafe on and off. I've seen people like playing this game for the first time at events, and they Alright, streaming.
Alright, just on give me a countdown of starting back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, my internet pooped out for a moment. Happens every now and then. Glorious Alberta internet. So, this track. It's very easy to get a shift boost, but it's not easy to get all of them and MT properly from it. Ideal MT from shift boost is like really precise. You need to slow down there to go below like 1800 is what I look for. And as long as you go below 1800, you shouldn't get flown off and die. You don't need to hit the brake. If you just hold A, you'll lower your speed enough. If you hold it start holding it at the last jump dash plate. Like around there, and you can get another shift boost if you MTS and like time A properly. That one's kind of tricky. I'd only recommend going for the MTS shift boost if you're going for like sub 1 minute 30 seconds. And then just work on other shift boosts. When you're going really fast, you basically just want to tap the A button. Oh, going too fast. For like emptying during to do empty ideally, where you want to press A 2 frames before you get the boost, and then let go like 4 or 5 frames later. So you're basically just like giving it a very short tap. And since this is like, it's kind of designed as a gimmicky level, and it ends up being like, it's just shift boost. That's all this level is, with like a couple turns in between. And you need to not die. So it makes ILing this level really hard. Because shift boosts are like, you get speed. Such like huge amounts of speed so fast. That not dying gets really, really hard. And the better you get at it, the faster you're going. It just keeps cycling back and forth. And then a more elongated version of that is this level. So rather than Gallant, I'm going to be using Heavy Star G4. It's like Gallant, but it has the heaviest body in the game. This level, it's like, I would say it's the hardest in the game. It's probably debatable if it is, but it's definitely like a contender. It's another like the whole thing. It doesn't have rails except for the start, so you're just shift boosting, going apeshit. And you can get them basically anywhere. I'll talk through what I think are like the safer ones, like they have the widest frame window of safety. On the left here, safe. All along this left edge, you can get like a bunch back to back. Cross tracks here, you can get one on the left. That's like, it has like a wider frame window. It's not free. But it's safer than doing it in other spots. Here on each downslope, you can get one. And then on the corners. And on boost laps, you'd want to boost as well. And then, like above 1,400 kilometers an hour, you don't want to press A if you're unless you're boosting. And then there's like a speed at like 2,400-ish. Where you don't want to hold A unless you're shift boosting. But you still, like, you can boost, and you'll still be, like, you'll lose speed slower than if you weren't in, like, a boost state. Which is relevant only in a very few spots in the game. This level having multiple spots like that. So, I'll do, like, 1, 2, 3... So if I boost like that, and don't hit, you'll lose speed very, very slowly if you're in a boost state there. You can also get a couple on the side here. I prefer doing shift boost on the right side, but I'll do them on the left in a few spots if it's like I've always die on the left. So left side of this whole part. On the right side here it's not as safe as most others, but it's better. Left side there I find to be okay. On lap 1 I'll go for the corner, otherwise I'll just go for the left edge. On boost laps that transfer, I guess, like where the tracks split, it seems to be harder to survive because you're going faster. I only use the shoulder buttons here. I don't use the analog stick. That way it's like I'm still going perfectly straight with the track at the end. Because if you're turned a little to the side, you'll probably get, like, just drive off the track because you're going like 4,000 kilometers. Crap. So this, like, it's very easy to get, like, scared of this track just because at any moment you could, like, do a shift boost and fail. And it's just part of the game. Like, in time attack, it's brutal. But, like, as you play it a lot, you will get better at shift boosting, where it's a lot safer. Where you'll start dying much less frequently. You'll know where, like, what shift boosts you can do, what you can't. There's boost MT moment. If you're going really fast, you can get a shift boost here. I've never gotten it, but CGN, Brave, players that are quite a bit better than I am have. I'm going kind of slow, so I'll do this one and this one. Oh. Those are like, that's the shift boost I'll do when I'm playing this track. I'd recommend, if you want to, you know, get good at this game, you just gotta go in like practice mode, find the ones where you frequently die, the ones where you frequently don't. And that's like, unfortunately, the best advice I can give. It's a brutal track. For this one, Gallant Star used to be the record holder, like on Trident. Recently, people started using Omega Gauntlet V2, which is Gallant Star, but with a slightly different booster. This is actually the vehicle used for snaking, but where you just alternate left and right with max acceleration. I really don't like doing that, though, because it's brutal on the hands. This level, MTS, chain, This vehicle is, like, chunky as fuck. You're controlling a brick shithouse, so it's kind of... It takes a getting used to. Big ol' side attack dive, level out for, like, just a moment, and then big ol' side attack dive down. You can MTS over this, but it's very easy to lose speed if you're not MTSing very, very carefully. In the record, Super Sonic, I think, has a current. Might be Brave. But you can just empty all the way to that point and then launch off. I'll be doing that on the boost lap. MTS. MTS. Just level out for a moment and then keep going. Oh yeah, and you should boost MT after the shift boost. And as well, yeah, keep boosting between. There's a shift boost jump here, or no, not a shift boost, it's just an MTS. Big ol' jump there, and then if you like MTS again, you can get a shift boost. That one, it might look really crazy, but it's actually not that bad. There's one there you can get. I have only gotten it a couple times. That one's bad. That one's really hard. Not hitting walls here takes a shit ton of practice. And then you rail slide. I'm in practice mode. So I didn't finish, but that was 3 laps. Dragon Slopes is really fun, but it's tough because of the shift boost and then like getting the jump at the end on the first lap is tricky. This level, just use Sonic Phantom. It's Black Bull is theoretically the best, but it's you'd be like MTS chaining everywhere, and it's not easy at all. Until you get like top like 20 in this game, I'd say don't even bother using anything but Sonic Phantom. Sonic Phantom works because it has a very good top speed, and it's just all the turns, they just work. It's like it's designed with its turning in mind. Like you just hold the analog stick all the way left, and you just do the turn nice and clean. It's so good. With Black Bull, it is not good. It is not. It is very much bad. You have to like do very particular MTSs every time. Here it's just like turn with the analog stick and the shoulder button. It's nice. And unless you're like ape shit good at MTS chaining and MTSing, it's not really that much faster to use Black Bull. theoretically, you can MTS here, but it's not. I'd recommend just quick turns. That's all you really need. I literally haven't played this track since the last time I did a marathon run. Because I'm just... it's so frustrating. It's honestly so frustrating. I think, yeah, do 2 boosts at the start, MT. And then it's like jump. And then start boosting. I think once into this, and then start boosting out, and you should get energy as soon as you hit this refiller. Whoop. And you can like keep boosting basically throughout the rest of the track. You want to slow down here so you don't fly off and die. And at the end, rail slide. And doing this, yeah, like you can get like a low 140, like a 142. I think is the current record with Sonic Phantom. With Black Bull, you can get like a 127, so it's like it is quite a bit faster, but you need to be so fucking good. Like it's so much more difficult. Here actually, yeah, I'll use Black Bull. There's a hand, basically all the 4 main ones: Gallant Star, Quick Star, Black Bull, and Fat Shark. Fat Shark's not so great here. All the other 3 you can get really good times with. Because this is like, this track's all about MTS chaining. Lap 1 and then MTSing boost laps. With Black Bull, right as soon as you start, you can do MTS chains while holding A, and then once you get faster, you let go of A, unless you're doing the side attack portion. Boost once, then twice, MTS. 2 side attacks is what I like to do when I'm exiting an MTS from a turn with Black Bull. Alright, I won't be able to do it in practice mode because I have respawn on. But there's a suicide finish here that is somewhat consistent. You basically MTS and aim right for this like pillar on the right. If you do an MTS and like smash into the wall there, usually you'll get flown straight across the finish line. I know with Quick Star it's like super consistent. I don't really like Quick Star though. With Gallant it's not that consistent. Black Bull it's okay. The rest of that, it's just like, on the opener, MTS chain. On the boost laps, you would like boost and then MTS like the turns as well. You can get shift boosts on slopes like that. Those are there's no like easy shift boost in this level though. They all are very, very precise. And I don't really know how to get any of them, so I can't really even tell you how. I think I had a strat where you boost as soon as you enter that, and then MTS at a specific point. But you can get like a sub 1 minute time without doing any of that weird shit. Meteor Stream. Oh, because this is the tutorial, it's gonna run longer than 1:15. I'm guessing it'll be like 1:30. So I'll explain some more shit after. Meteor Stream, the better you get at it, the more frustrating it'll get, because it's like secretly one of the bigger shift boost levels. Like, I could have gotten a shift boost there. And here. Oh, I got one there. The only, like, consistent one is right here. Aim for like the middle of the track and do an MTS. Hold A at like the apex of the slope. It's fairly consistent. This one, it's like do a shallow MTS. I haven't quite gotten it down. Here though, it's MTS and press A like at a certain downslope. I should have boosted beforehand to get the next one. The MTS on the S1, you can get it consistently if you like have a better method than I do. That one's, you can get that one consistent in this one. I just am doing them bad right now. The rest is just hitting boost plates, using boost wisely. There we go, shift boost. So yeah, this MTS is tricky, but you can get a shift boost at the end of it. Let's see. Damn it! I didn't get it once. But it's on this, yeah, like this slope here. The faster you're going, the further left you aim with the MTS. I usually just aim right for the center, like this big line here. And then hit A. If you haven't gotten the shift boost before it, then probably go for like here between these two gray lines on this patch. Would be the best spot to aim. Cylinder wave. This is another like cylinder knot, like big tube track. You can get shift boosts all over, but it's like impossible to survive. Well, I guess it's actually hard to die, but it's impossible to maintain the speed from it efficiently. This track, it's first thing you should do is like memorize where all the dash plates are. And then, oh no, you want to float for a moment and then dive. Right. I don't remember the boost lap strats. This is another track I haven't played in years. And pretty much the trickiest part is transitioning from different sides. There's a shift boost you can get there, a setup for it. Otherwise, yeah, MT forward, dive down, throw a boost in. This refiller is like really, really big. You can pretty much fill up on it, and you don't actually want to go to the right. You just want to go on these dash plates for extra speed. Okay. And I got mixed feelings about this track just because it's like, it's very, very hard to go perpendicularly along the track. But that's the only real way you can, like, not lose speed, is by going perfectly perpendicular. Because if you're going on, like, a downslope, like right now, I have to turn sideways, you slow way down. Like, really, really fast. So you need to be moving, like, ideally, like, perfectly perpendicular. And doing that, well, like while you need to transition and shit, it's really, really hard. You want to minimize all time not spent perpendicular, and That's where the difficulty in this track comes from, and it's not easy. My time on this compared to other players like at a similar skill level, they're all way ahead of me, just because I don't like it. It's hard. Like, it's a very different skill set than most other tracks. Thunder Road. This is a Gallant track. I think the record used to be Quickstar. CGN took it with Gallant. And then Supersonic improved it. I don't know if Brave has it now. I think Supersonic still has it because it's a really good time. So this track, it's another one where there's going to be a lot of MTS chaining. Also on lap 1, you can do a mid-course rail slide. Usually only rail slide at the end, because you can't really exit a rail slide with a decent amount of speed. It's possible to land here on lap 1, but you need to enter that. You need to like exit a MTS chain well, and I did not do that. That shift boost very consistent. One there is not. That one's harder. Oh wait, I'm mimicking lap 1. For the boost management, there's a lot of refillers, so you can kind of just boost for most of the track. You don't want to MTS there, actually. Don't boost here. Wait till you hit that. Ah. I didn't do an MTS, so I was going slower there. If you MTS or do another boost, you'll enter that faster and you'll be able to land there, save a bit of time. You can pretty much only get the follow-up shift boost if you're got the first one. It's possible to get an MTS shift boost on any of those, or if you did get prior shift boosts, you don't even need to MTS. You can just get a shift boost, but it's a very precise speed, and I haven't really done that yet. If you're better than me and you want to start incorporating those, you'd have to ask Supersonic or CGN or Brave, probably FIFA. I haven't seen his run here, but he's really good. You want to end your manual boost the moment you hit that dash plate, otherwise you'll be going too slow and you won't be able to do that little shortcut. That's like a triple shift boost. It's possible to get like a shift boost that throws you in the air again right after. I think I got like 3 there. If you get those, you're basically, you're not surviving. Unless it's like off of one that's in the middle of the road and you just get shot forward all nice and happy. Those don't happen often. And if they do, you know, good job. Because they basically, getting those consistently requires precision beyond which people can, you know, reasonably do consistently. Unless there's a very special setup for it, like half pipe. And I think you actually want a quick turn here, and then boost. Don't do an MTS. And then, like, you can MTS, then get a shift boost there. Although you get one here. This section, there's a few different ways you can do it. There's also like a suicide finish. I think you want to blow up here, and then you bounce that way. I've never gotten it. The world record on this track gets it, and it's like stupid how much time it saves, and it's not easy to get. I wouldn't recommend going for it unless you're actually trying to get the world record.
You can use a machine with memory data. You can use a machine with memory data.
Technically, oh yeah, Quick Star would be faster. I don't like Quick Star, so I don't use it. Gallon. I guess. Oh wait, doesn't the record? Is the record with Gallon? I think the record is now with Gallon. Who has the record? Let's see. Brave does with Gallon Star G4. Yeah. This is another track where it used to be with Quick. Now it's Gallon. There's a trick right at the start here. You want to do a very subtle turn. Let go of A and then hold R. The way this works is basically the way checkpoints work, from the track, there's like an invisible wall that extends outward, and you need to hit a certain number of them if you're going in the air for the game to consider you be like, okay, you're not like skipping a different part of the track, you're following the track. And you need to like maneuver to the right in a certain way that you hit. You would land around here, and you need to hit the checkpoints from this turn. And to do that, you basically need to turn left, a very, very shallow left, and then strafe right in the air to hit like enough checkpoints for the game to let you live. Like that. Once you've gotten the hang of it, it's pretty consistent, but getting it at the first time, it takes a while. You can strafe to get shift boost here. It's kind of wonky. I actually made a setup for it, I just totally forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the rest, on lap 1, you'd want to be MTS chaining. Compared to other good players, I'm really, really, really bad at MTS chaining now. I kind of prefer the courses where it's not really something you do. I only do one boost. You could probably boost again, but just to make sure I get the checkpoint, I don't want to go too fast. Nice long MTS. I'm gonna go for a shortcut here. I haven't gotten it in a while, but it theoretically is faster, so... Oh, not getting it. You need to hit this jump at a very high speed, and it's possible that you'll jump in the air, and you can skip the bottom of this helix and land right here. With Quick Star, it's a lot easier, because it's like, its liftoff speed is a lot lower. With Gallant, it's actually pretty tricky. And the only way you can like get a better time with Gallant than with Quick is if you practice getting that jump, because otherwise Quick Star will be faster. So the reason I died when I hit the ground there is because I missed one of the checkpoints, or I missed too many checkpoints. Oh. If you start side attacking right before you go in the air, you can skip the first platform you land on there. Alright. Let's go for it. Take it nice and safe. I'll do the outer ring. No. It's not easy to get. Oh, too early. End with a rail slide. Spiral is the longest track, so it takes a lot of like stamina to grind it out. Sonic Oval is a meme track. Only people with bad taste like it. It's the track from Story Mode Chapter 1. And it would be okay, but if not for the Super Suicide finish, that is... It's like the most inconsistent track in the game. It's just not fun. So just like 3 side attacks when you're going along a straight line, 2 when you're on the turns. MTS. Now, ideally, you'd want to boost, and this this big statue here, it's basically this statue. It's like a big laser hollow thing. You want to explode while doing a rail slide right here. Basically, that after however you boost, you'll come out of an MTS around here. You want to boost, hit this. Gauge how much you have left, and then do that, but faster. And basically, every 100 attempts or so, you'll die, you'll hit this wall, and then bounce back across the finish line. It's the most inconsistent suicide finish there is in the game. It's total horseshit, but it's the fastest way to beat the level. Like, it's... Without it, you can still get, like, a time that's just, like, a couple seconds slower. You would essentially play lap 3 just like lap 2, but you would do a rail slide at the end. I don't like Sonic Oval. That suicide finish is just so frustrating. Now that's all the tracks, but I want to... For specific levels to like practice certain tricks on, I'd recommend Surface Slide with Black Ball to practice MTSing. Surface Slide has a lot of like very circular turns and helixes, so there's like a many chances during it to do MTSs on. With Black Ball, even with Fast Shark, Gallant. Just like go in practice mode and like just MTS every turn. It's all, there's no like angular turns, they're all very circular. And that's like the best place to practice MTSing. To practice shift boost timing, it would be lateral shift. Just because all the shift boosts are corner shift boosts. This also might be the best place to practice boost MT. because it's all like mostly straight. But for practicing like when to let go of A and when to hold A on shift boost, this would be like the best track. And then aside from that, even though it's not with an ideal machine, it's with Blue Falcon. Chapter 2 is a good place to practice shift boosting. So I guess finish the run. It's basically done. Just pause it at like 1:30. And then I'll cut the game. And there, that's... Use this level to practice shift boost. That's the last thing I have to say. So just keep practicing. And that's my tutorial of F-Zero GX. Thank you for watching. Whew! I wasn't expecting to play for so long, so I'm kind of tuckered out.
All right, thank you for jumping in, saving the day. Want to do a short plug of what you got going on if you're not saving the day?
Are you going to, or were you asking me to?
Do you stream? What have you got going on?
Oh yeah. Lately I've been streaming F-Zero GX basically every day. I thought you were going to talk about the charity. My brain just farted there. I had a hiccup. I don't remember the last like 5 minutes at all.
Okay. Then thank you again.
No problem.
We're just gonna do short summary of what we're doing here and what your donations are achieving. He's doing, yes, you can see it now, The Sims 3 and Gothic. Yeah. Thanks again, and have a great day.
You too?
Or night, Naegleria.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here.
Good. Get yourself some rest.
I shall.
You earned it. Yeah, this is NASA Marathon 2020. The first time we're doing a charity event, and we're supporting Save the Children. And it's a good cause. There's lots of stuff going on in the world, and children are often the ones most overlooked. And just for something, you can, imagine what the money that's being donated here does. $35 can help secure healthcare, safe shelter, and legal services for a survivor of gender-based violence, which is sadly happening far too much, even if it's just one child. But yeah, there's a way to help, and thank you for everyone who is doing so. Okay, we get some donation incentives. We have the names for the Sims. So far, we got a Karen. I think we'll be closing that pretty soon, so if anyone wants to snipe this, go ahead. Otherwise, coming up will be the language choice for Gothic. And with a personal message from me, obligatory greetings from Germany. German should be ahead by $4, with $15 to Polish with $11. So if you want to make me sad, go for something else than German. Otherwise, we'll hear my beautiful, beautiful native language in a couple of minutes. Also, I am being told to wag my finger at Trident Tail now. It's wonderful that Naegleria could hop in, and we'll continue this in, with The Sims now. Take it away.